Tell like it is. Chavez Jr. is in a situation where he has to win, and also he has to look good. What I'm actually looking for is right now. What's going on right now is the media day for PBC on CBS, July the 18th, 2015, and the Showtime card, both in one day. The midday card on PBC on CBS is headlined by Carl Frampton versus Alejandro Gonzalez, and then at night you got Chavez Jr. versus Marcos Reyes. Now, right now is the media workout, and what I want to see is, while I'm uploading the footage and editing the footage later for the media workout, I want to see how serious Chavez Jr. is going to be taking this. Because we know that he's now with Robert Garcia. We know that Robert Garcia's had nothing but good things to say about him, but at the same time, Joe Goosen had good things to say about him, and pretty much Chavez kind of threw him under the bus, you know, afterwards. So Chavez Jr. is supposed to win. This is going to be Chavez Jr.'s first official fight, fighting a 168-pound fighter, even though, if I'm correct, Marcos Reyes is a smaller 168-pound guy, a guy that would normally weigh in like 161, between 161 and 164. So I really want to see how Chavez Jr. looks, because remember, his debut at 168 was against Brian Vera, because the first fight he weighed at 172, light heavyweight, and still couldn't knock Brian Vera out. And we see what happened to Brian Vera since. Second fight was actually at under 168. No, it was at the 168-pound limit. And then he goes to fight Fonfara, a full-fledged now, even though he's fought at 168 pounds, light heavyweight. And we saw that Chavez Jr. quit on his stool. And we know that Mexican fighters, especially if your last name is Chavez, you know, and you're young, you don't quit on your stool. I don't know if I said it already, but I'm TstreeT Controversy. This is TstreeT Controversy Live from VideoCombatMedia.com, and I cover every single major fight live. I'm going to be covering this fight, of course. Shout out to our video reporter, Jason Gonzalez, who's down there right now in Texas, that's going to be giving us full coverage for the event. And I look at it like this. Chavez is saying stuff like, you got to check out the media call. The media call is right here on the channel. You got to check out the media call. The guy says he wants to fight Canelo. Come on, really? At what weight? Really? You know, he said Carl Froch, but Carl Froch has since retired. And if we see what Fonfara did to him, then, you know, God forbid, oh Lord, Carl Froch would have beat his ass. You know, let's just keep it 100. Carl Froch would have put a whooping on that boy. So, I am a Chavez Jr. fan. When I seen him quit on his stool against Fonfara, you got to understand. You know, I'm a passionate boxing fan, and I gotta be honest with you, if you see my post-fight video, even thinking about it, I felt like I was gonna cry. Chavez. It was sad, because then you seen him get hit, and then his legs just, like, he just fell, you know, and then not to mention, he keep talking about some, hey, every time he gets hit, or, you know, or whatever, he looking at the ref, hey. You know, like he get knocked down. Hey. Anyway, I was a little emotional. Even when I look at the highlights, I get a little emotional. I be like, ugh, oof. You know, when Fonfara spent him and then hit him, and you see Chavez just fall like a tree. Man, slipping, spilling my water. But I would like to see maybe a Chavez Jr. against Anthony Durrell. Hell, I would like to see Chavez Jr. against a Saki Obika. But as it stands right now, we should know that Chavez Jr. is a 168-pound fighter. Give me Chavez Jr. versus Martin Murray. That's a fight that can happen, and that's a fight that I would want to see, because Martin Murray, technically his last fight was at light heavyweight, but he's going to be fighting at 168 pounds. If you don't know, I'm going to be covering this fight live. Chavez Jr. is with Robert Garcia. He said training has been going good. Both Chavez Jr. and, of course, Chavez Jr. is going to say it. Both Chavez Jr. and Robert Garcia said training has been going well. Now, you can say to yourself, well, of course they're going to say that. Yes, you're right. Of course they're going to say that. But as it stands right now, I believe in Chavez Jr., but also looking on the other end of things, Marcos Reyes has been talking a lot of trash. Also, he's trained by Hall of Fame trainer Nacho Beristain, and he has experience in the Robert Garcia gym. Who has he fought that you know of? Listen, I can name names. I believe he fought Abraham Hahn. Was that him that fought Abraham Hahn? But basically, put it this way, the names that he fought, you're likely going to know. Footage of him on YouTube is very little. But yet you can find a couple of fights of his on the internet, not YouTube, on the internet. It's all about if you want to go, how far you want to go to watch it. I'm TstreeT Controversy of RioCombatMedia.com, and I cover every single major fight live. Please subscribe.